Enoch, the messenger of the judgment for ungodly. Main scripture, Genesis chapter 5 verses 21 to 24. When Enoch had lived 65 years, he became the father of Methuselah. And after he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked with God 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enoch lived 365 years. Enoch walked with God, and he was no more, because God took him away. At 65 years old, Enoch had his son Methuselah. Genesis chapter 5 verse 21. After that, Enoch spent 300 years walking with God. Genesis chapter 5 verse 22. Methuselah lived for 969 years, and the great flood during Noah's time happened in the year of his death. This suggests that Enoch became aware of the impending judgment of God. This awareness prompted him to commence his journey of walking with God. Awareness of judgment leading to righteousness. The recognition of God's judgment also led Enoch to live by faith to the salvation of the soul. Hebrews chapter 10 verses 38 to 39. The subsequent chapter in Hebrews narrates all the biblical figures who lived righteous lives. Hebrews chapter 10 verses 38 to 39, King James Version. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. Included among these individuals are Abel, who made offerings that were acceptable to God. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 4. And Enoch, who pleased God and was taken away. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 5. How did he please God? The only way of pleasing God is by serving Him. Romans chapter 14 verse 18. Serving God means obeying Him in gospel. Romans chapter 1 verse 9. Serving God versus not serving God. During the era of Malachi, the priests nullified the necessity to serve God. Malachi chapter 3 verses 13 to 14. Yet, God emphasized to them that serving Him is a critical choice between heaven and hell. Malachi chapter 3 verse 18. Malachi chapter 3 verse 18. And you will again see the distinction between the righteous and the wicked, between those who serve God and those who do not. Warning against ungodly. Enoch too conveyed this caution to the people. As referenced in the book of Jude, which mainly centers on the theme of judgment, it describes those who befall under God's judgment of punishment. Number 1. The dreamers who polluted their own bodies. Number 2. Those who reject authority, exemplified the wives rebelling against their husbands. And number 3, those who slander celestial beings. Jude chapter 1 verse 8. Jude chapter 1 verse 15. To judge everyone and to convict all the ungodly of all the ungodly acts they have done in the ungodly way, and of all the harsh words ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Those involved in ungodly acts include the following. Number 1, the grumblers. Number 2, the fault finders. Example, Korah's rebellion against Moses. Number 3, those who follow their own evil desires. Jude chapter 1 verse 16. This includes acts of sexual immorality, impurity, and debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. Galatians chapter 5 verses 19 to 21. Conclusion. Initially, Enoch did not acknowledge the judgment awaiting those who engaged in ungodly acts. However, upon gaining awareness of God's judgment, He recognized that punishment was indeed reserved for such ungodly individuals and began to issue warnings against these actions.